Hello, everyone. Jose Garcia here with Real Estate Investor Coach and Mentor. So I'm making this video here a comparison. I previously attended a local RIA where we were talking about different types of investing, and I was actually a guest speaker for exit strategies within mobile homes. And when you think about mobile home investing and real estate investing, it can be very similar but very different at the same time. Now, a lot of the same things that you can do with real estate, stick built, commercial, multi-door, you name it, you can also do in mobile homes and so much more. One of the first things that I want to mention, when you're talking about mobile home investing, you're talking about mobile. So that alone is something that you can do with the mobile home that you cannot do with stick built. Okay, we are able to mobily move them from point A to point B back and forth as many times as we need. Of course, there's a lot of rule regulations within that sense as well, but it allows that one more exit strategy. So I want to go ahead and put this recording on here for you all who did not get to attend it. I get to see this and just break down a lot of what we can do with mobile home investing, which again, it makes it so much desirable, so many things that you can do. And when you're talking about investing, I always say never limit yourself with an exit strategy. I know a lot of investors, I've known them for a long time, who all I do is wholesale. All I do is flips. That's okay. But my thing is, why limit yourself? Surely you're running into mobile home deals that maybe you can wholesale. Maybe you can do a rent to own. Maybe you can move them. Maybe you see so many things there, and it all means making it a win-win situation. When you provide somebody with a mobile home, for instance, you are providing them with the house. That's a win. You get paid. That's a win. So, we're talking about making win-win. But let me jump into this presentation here. Again, we pitched this one here about a week ago at a RIA. People loved it, of course. A lot of people still don't know the hidden side to real estate, which is mobile homes. So when we come out and we start explaining this, breaking it down, and especially when we use numbers, which we will in this here as a comparison, it just makes sense, bottom line. So mobile home investing, I'm a coach and mentor, public speaker. I do coach directly. I want to introduce the mobile home exit strategies here, okay? Much like traditional real estate, but with so many more opportunities. And again, I love all investments, okay? I do not dislike real estate. A lot of times when I compare the two, he doesn't like real estate. Incorrect. I love them. Okay, let's get started. All right, so wholesale. Okay, and we do have courses on these specifically. By the way, also, if you are looking to get into mobile home investing, you're new or looking for your next deal, regardless of what level of investor you are, we do have coaching programs available for you. Okay, one of the first ways that a lot of people get into investing and can also be done in mobile homes is wholesale. You have no funds, you have no means of access to money, there is no shame. You can't start by wholesaling. Okay, last month we moved 57 mobile homes. That was a mixture between single wides and double wides, no triple wides. Okay, all of them were wholesale. We did not keep a single mobile home. Okay, wholesaling is nothing more than a middleman. So think about it like, okay, you're taking control, but you're not really forking any money out of pocket. Because remember, you got no money. Think about it that way. How can I take control but not actually use any of my money? Okay, and this could be later on too, as when you do have a lot more funds, a lot more means to access to capital. Why spend your money if you can lock these up under a contract, under agreement, and simply be the middleman between the seller and the buyer? Okay. So with these 57 mobile homes, they actually all ended up being transported from one location, most of them from individual parcels of land, into a mobile home park. So we were able to infill X amount in this same park. Still, we're looking for about 20 more mobile homes. This is actually West Georgia. But the wholesaling, okay? Wholesaling is a beautiful way to, again, invest in and not have any funds into it. So we can coach you a lot more on that. Buy and flip, okay? This double wide acre, this example, we actually have this double wide down in Perry, Georgia. If y'all know, we're the state of Georgia, Central Georgia, Perry, Georgia. We put the home under contract, bought and flipped it with absolutely no repairs. A lot of people would consider that double wholesale, and it is, because we did buy it, okay? But then we turn around and flipped it, okay? So bought for $26,000 and flipped it for $40K in a total of 8 days. Mobile home and land is what we call land package. Very desirable to any investor, any end buyer, and the main reason is because of the privacy. A lot of people don't like, well, mobile home parks. Yes, they have a stigma, but at the same time, you're in the community, you got the rules, you got more people. So if you have an individual piece of land with a mobile home, a lot more desirable. But you are including at this point real estate, a deed, right? And it's kind of why it took as well 8 days to close. It's not so much the deal being made. We had a buyer immediately, but You're now including attorneys, brokers, and closing, traditional, because it involves land. It takes a little bit longer, okay? Flipping mobile homes with money or other people's money also, you got to get creative many times, okay? You know, you could take the same individual deal that I'm talking about here, and how about taking a deposit of 26,000 from the end buyer? Then you wouldn't have to come up with 26K. So you got to get creative a lot of times, okay? Buy, hold, and rents, one of my favorites. Okay, buy the home, rehab, and turn it into a rental. Best form of creative, passive, and generating income with mobile homes is renting. Okay, little ATMs. That's the nickname that we give them. Rentals are the longest paying asset. You can rent them in a community park or on a private land. Lot rent due every month. So one thing to keep in mind, most of our rental homes that we have are located individually in mobile home community parks. So there is the rule regulations, there is the lot rent every month. But what makes it easier for us in that sense is, again, we don't own the land, we don't control it, we don't have to pay taxes on the land. We simply own the personal property, which is what a mobile home is, on top of the land. We come in, rehab it, make it beautiful, desirable, move-in ready, and then we sell it, offer financing. So just one more thing. Again, it can be a rental, it can be a rent to own. You got options, right? Rent to own, which is the next exit strategy. How would you like to rent a home and not be a landlord? So think about it. When you're a landlord, nothing against it. We got plenty of rentals. Things break. Leaky toilet, the sink is leaking, this is not working. You do have to come in, you have to repair, maintenance, and keep up with the home. Well, if you do a rent to own, for instance, you are now more so creating a note. You're the bank. I tell people, we don't call Wells Fargo talking leaky toilet, right? We are simply the financiers at this point. This is your monthly payment, and this is what you pay. Should anything break, damage, or need repair, that is up to the owner, okay? You have the option to sell this home with the payment, collect a large down payment, and not worry about leaky toilet or sink. This option provides opportunity to the resident in owning their home after fulfilling agreement. Negative downside to this, of course, it does have an end date. But again, we're talking about a win-win situation. So think about somebody who has low, poor, or no credit. Most banks and even our credit unions will say, we can't finance to you. Immediately turn them away. And that's typically what we see more and more. So when we're offering a rent-to-own option, we work with everybody as long as they have income, they can show steady income, and few details that we do pay attention to the credit, but we work with low, poor, or no credit. We are giving people that chance, that ability to own their home in years to come. Typical rent to own agreements for us is 3 to 5 years. So it's a short term, they can pay it, and again, it becomes theirs. Section 8, a lot of people don't realize we can do Section 8 in mobile homes. A lot of it's being done, a lot of it we do as well. Offer government housing using mobile homes for Section 8. This can be very official all around. Government loves you providing housing. Remember, there is a serious shortage of housing in America. And when it comes to affordability housing, even shorter. Okay, big plus, government pays on time. The beautiful thing about this is, yes, it does have a stigma, it has a bad downside to it. People talk negative about Section 8, but it can be a great source of exit strategy, great source of passive income. Government pays you on time every month. You don't have to chase the government. They'll pay you. The rest of the portion, well, we'll see on that, okay? Will have to be approved, of course, to the city, county. There is a little bit of a lengthy rule regulation into providing housing. They do send the city out there to inspect it, to review it, and sometimes they can get a little bit picky. But once you're approved, it's one of those things, kind of you get the ball rolling. So Section 8, keep it in mind. Very great exit strategy as well. Talk about giving back. Veteran assistance housing, providing housing to veterans in need. What a better way to give back. Like I said, those veterans of housing programs, there's a lot of cities that we do business in, and one of them, especially in East Georgia, they have a large hospital for veterans where they can come in from all over the state, different checkups and things, and government pays for them, but they do not offer housing nearby. It's actually very limited to at all. As you know, the markets are high, they're crazy numbers with rentals. A lot of people are actually driving hours to get there and then driving hours back. Mentioned many times to me, if there was a house that they would provide for the veterans for us to come in, I would just rent a home here and be done with it. So got the idea of, let's start providing veteran housing. Again, you're back to government housing in which they pay. They have different types of policies for them, different ways they can help them. The city, it's a win-win all around. So veteran aid housing, great way to have an exit strategy. What about Airbnb? I love Airbnbs. Here lately, since like the past couple of years, anytime I've traveled, it's to an Airbnb. Cannot mention the last time a hotel stayed, right? And there's nothing against a hotel, but again, privacy. And it's just unique how to be able to get into different houses and you have a whole home to yourself. Airbnb, more privacy all around. Shorter term rentals, better clientele, beautiful plus, more secure payment, awesome again, not your traditional eviction needed, even better. You are very much a landlord, however, okay? When you think about Airbnb, you got to think about feedback and reviews are what's going to feed your pocket. If you have a lot of wrong negative feedback, that's going to look down upon you to a certain point where Airbnb may even kick you out. And we've seen it. Okay. Feedback is phenomenal. So when something does break, and it will, that's life, nothing shame about that. But if something, let's say water heater goes out or something isn't working, you have to have standby maintenance, handyman contractors that can jump on it immediately, get that fixed and resolved for you. Okay. This is my current favorite strategy. It makes the most ROIs, returns on my investments. So of course, I love it. It's phenomenal. Like I said, the clientele is phenomenal all around. I love the security it has come with it. People say, well, you don't want people staying 1 day, 2 day. We limit it down to where you have to stay at least a week. So we do have that in listing for ours. But most of the people that have stayed, apparently there is a hospital nearby where we're doing the Airbnb currently. And it's been nothing but nurses that stayed there for a month or 2 months for training. So it's benefited us all the way around, right? I want to do a comparison real quick for you all on mobile home versus real estate. I love real estate. Reminder, okay? So this example came in through one of my students as I was taking them out to what we used to call individual shadows. We have a shadow event where we take a small group of people to a community park and we walk you in and out of mobile homes and teach you step by step how to invest in mobile homes, how I invest. Prior to that, we had where it was one-on-one kind of thing and I would take individuals out. This one student mentioned, hey, Jay, I got a great investment down in Central Florida. And he started talking the numbers. And again, great stuff for what it is, but it just got me thinking more and more the way he was speaking. Okay. And this is the actual breakdown. So he bought a house for $50,000. Okay. Good deal in the area what it is again, but $50,000. So he bought one house for $50,000. He needed $20K for rehab, which did include the rehab and the material. It would put him at around $70K. That's not including closing fees, attorneys, because remember, traditional real estate take traditional closing, which there's a fee of 4 or 5%, whatever it may be, but we're not going to add it. We're going to keep simple numbers. This same $70K all in, okay? Stick bill, one house would bring him as a rental because that's what he wanted to be. He wanted to be a landlord, would bring him $8,000 to $1,000, okay? $1,000 a month. For this same $70,000 that I told him, this is the example I gave him, student, we're going to call him that. For the $70,000 that you spent or invested in this one house individually, you could have bought 10 mobile homes just like we do. We are typically all in to our units. Our mobile homes are about 7,000 to 8,000. Now that does include, when I say 7,000 to 8,000, I do mean it accounts for the house, the mobile home. It accounts for the labor, the material, the utilities, the insurance, the holding, everything. You're into this one mobile home for about 7,000 to 8,000, which means you could have got 10 of those mobile homes move-in ready for $70K. Our homes rent on average for about $400 to $500 once you deduct the lot rents. Remember, there's lot rent because most of them are in the community. So even though the rental rate in the area may be $700 to $800, once you deduct that $300 to $400 lot rent, then you're about $400 or $500 a month, which is a great investment still. So let's break the investment numbers down so we can see why mobile homes make sense. So the 10 mobile homes now, move-in ready, rent to owns, let's use lower numbers, rent at $400 a month. $400 times 10 mobile homes equals $4,000 a month. $4,000 a month times 12 months, 1 year equals $48,000 a year, okay? Versus one house which brought in $1,000 a month equals $1,000 a month. $1,000 a month times 12 months, 1 year equals $12,000 a year. Can you add up the ROIs? Again, we like all investments, but we love the ones that bring the most money, the most ROIs back into the pocket, right? This is not discriminating to one or the other, but we're simply showing the examples on why mobile home investing makes sense. Low risk, low entry, high rewards. You cannot beat this. The same $70K investment that you're doing on the bottom side, you can do on the top and bring you $48K a year. Okay, big difference in that. So other exit strategies also that we won't get into in this one video, but you have the sell and create nodes. You got the rent to own, option 2. You got the connector. You can become a bird dog. That's one step even lower than wholesale. Okay. You can infill pads. Just like I said, we were moving 57 mobile homes last month. All those work to infill pads that we had. You can wholesale or flip mobile home parks. Yes, that can be done as well. Last year we wholesale 2 parks. This year we're aiming for about 10 to 15 and to own about 5. So we're looking into that as well. What about land packages? You know, a mobile home, like you saw the example in Central Georgia, mobile home and land, that's a land package. So many creative ways to do that. That alone, those two, you can come about 5 or 6 different exit strategies. We'll leave it for the next video on that. Okay. Our next exit strategy at this time, and we're currently doing it now, is storage units. What about having 2 or 3 empty pads in one mobile park? Instead of bringing 2 or 3 mobile homes, we combine the pads and we make a storage unit out of it. We could open it to the public or make it directly for the park. Exit strategies. We're always thinking how many more ways and what other ways can we invest and create more and more exit strategies. That is our goal, and that's what we're trying to get to. Okay. I hope this video here you find it helpful. Visit our site, garciamhu.com. Send us an email at j@garciamhu.com if you are looking for coaching at this time. We're always taking new students. We always got new events, new coaches, new webinars, new Zooms virtually. You don't have to go anywhere. You can visit us directly. And again, garciamhu.com. Newest event coming up is a June 25th, June 26th, depending on when you're watching this video. Check us out on that and hope to see you there. Until next time, thank you for watching.